definition of being a man, that's a long one, but I think what it boiled down to is just being thorough.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new video. You know what to do. You get on Amazon, get that desired nutrition for that pump, that energy, and that focus. Get about 4 or 5 of those. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get into the video.
Saying men should be dangerous. By dangerous, that implies I should be ready to threaten someone, to hurt somebody.
No, you should be capable of it. But that doesn't mean you should use it. There's nothing to you otherwise. Like if you're not a formidable force, there's no morality in your self-control. If you're incapable of violence, not being violent isn't a virtue. People who teach martial arts know this full well, right? If you learn a martial art, you learn to be dangerous, but simultaneously you learn to control it. Both of those come together. And the combination of that capacity for danger and the capacity for control is what brings about the virtue. Otherwise you confuse weakness with moral virtue. I'm harmless, therefore I'm good. It's like, no, that isn't how it works. That isn't how it works at all. If you're harmless, you're just weak. And if you're weak, you're not going to be good. You can't be, because it takes strength to be good. It's very difficult to be good.
Saying men should be dangerous.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. You know, I think that men in general should want to be strong, should want to be violent if they have to, right? So men that are into certain type of martial arts or any type of boxing, those tend to be the people that are the least violent, right? Because they know what they can do. They're able to control their emotions for the most part. I'm not saying everybody, but then you have this younger generation that's, you know, some of them are growing up without fathers. And, you know, you guys know how I am about fatherless homes. I think it's bad for the son, the future man. Not always, but in a lot of cases, when the father's not in the home, he's not able to teach his son how to control his emotions. And sometimes he takes on the emotions of the woman, you know, the woman that raised him or the women that raised him. And you really don't want that in a man, you know, but it's not always bad. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people that have been raised by women that turned out to be great men. I'm just saying if it's a choice between having a man in the household and not having a man in the household, having a man in the household all day, you know, and that's going to teach you a lot of things. It's going to teach you a lot. Having a woman in the household is going to teach you a lot. And I think what Jordan Peterson is saying here is that you got to be dangerous. You got to be able to be dangerous. You have to be able to be violent. You know, you don't have to be a violent person. That doesn't make you, you know, good because you're not violent. You're not capable of violence. I think if there's another man that's capable of violence and you're not, then you're going to be that weaker person. You know what I mean? And that's been throughout the history of all countries. You know, the strongest country takes over the weakest country. Do you know what I'm saying? Not that that's good, but that's what happens. That's the nature of men. Men are naturally kind of violent people. And if you're not capable of it, then you could get taken advantage of. And usually if you're someone who's, you know, let's say look wise, if you're just someone who is a certain stature, you know, your physical fitness is up to par. That's why I always kind of, I'm always telling you guys that you should try to be in good physical condition. Just so you may not even have to use violence. People might look at you and be like, you know what? I'm not going to try that, dude. You know, just like a police officer in a uniform. You may try the officer that's in sloppy condition. Maybe he's overweight. Maybe his uniform is not, you know, up to par. You know, his officer presence is not there. So you may try that guy, but you may look at the other guy. His uniform is pressed. You know, he's well put together. He looks like he's in good physical condition. you might think twice about trying that dude. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind when you're looking at being dangerous when it comes to being a man. You know, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. I'm just saying, be in good physical condition. It's a good idea.
The definition of being a man, that's a long one, but I think what it boiled down to is just being thorough. And you know, I read in the Bible that women and children can be careless, you know what I mean? Men can't be careless. So I think being thorough and whatever the opposite of carelessness is, define what being a man is at the core. The definition of being,
you know, being the opposite of careless. You know, Nipsey Hussle is one of my guys, man. He was one of the first people that, when it comes to entertainers, I was really sad when he, you know, passed away, because I thought he was doing a good job in his community. Now, obviously, I didn't know him personally. Same as Tupac. You know, when Tupac passed, I was young. I was a lot younger, and I was just like kind of in disbelief, but I wasn't sad about it. But Nipsey and I are in closer age, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was really following his career, and he would say a lot of profound things, you know. And when he talks about being thorough, I think of it as the same way as, you know, you got to stay dangerous. You can't be careless, you know. But as a man, you really can't. You really can't afford that. Maybe sometimes here and there, but at some point, life is going to smack you right in the face, man. You're going to have to get your shit together. And there's no better time than now. There's no better time than now to get your life together and focus on the things that you need to do, starting with your health, you know, especially if you have kids, you have a family. You do want to focus on your health so you could be, you know, you could be here for a long time. You know, you're supposed to be the protector, provider. So how are you going to protect when shit pops off, you know, and you're out of shape or careless, you know? You really can't be that. You can't be that type of person. So I would suggest, you know, the first thing you do is get in shape, get your mind right, get in shape, and take whatever you take from the gym, take it on into your real life. It's going to translate over into real life things. You're going to start getting more money. You're going to start having more confidence. Your wife's going to look at you different. Your kids are going to they're going to look up to you. That's what you want. You want your wife and your kids to look up to you. So how are you going to have them look up to you when you're always all fucked up? Your life is all fucked up.
Your kids need you to stay dangerous. Your woman needs you to stay dangerous. Your little brother, your little sister, your parents. Society needs men to stay dangerous. You're just a victim waiting to happen. And that's not what the superior man is about. If you stay dangerous, that's not happening to you. It's not happening to your people. We all owe it to ourselves and to our loved ones to stay formidable. Dangerous is just that. It's dangerous. You want to just tuck that away and you have that just in case. Because when you don't have that and you don't have the capacity for violence, you're not willing to do what's necessary or to hurt somebody that's trying to hurt you. We're not victims, never have, never will be. And if you have even more of a sense of urgency to become dangerous.
Yeah, so I agree with that. I agree with what Mike Rashid says, and Jordan Peterson and Nipsey Hussle. I agree with all those things. It's not really that hard to comprehend, you know. Just be someone that is capable. Just be a capable man. That's all you have to really be. Just be a capable man. You don't have to be a martial artist. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a marathon runner. You just have to be capable of some type of violence. Okay? Because there's going to be other people that want to do harm to you. And if you don't want that happening to you and you're running off scared because of whatever, I mean, you don't want to be that person. So get in shape, get your mind right, get focused. The first thing you should do is get in shape because it's the cheapest thing you could do. It's the cheapest thing you could do. Get a gym membership. You could start lifting weights. You could start boxing. You could start Muay Thai. You could start any type of activity that's going to help you be a formidable type of person. You know what I'm saying? And then on the next thing is getting your mind right. Get your mind right first, get a gym membership. I mean, that's easy, right? Those are easy things you could do. And everything else is probably going to fall into place. It's going to be better for you. I think a lot of us kind of like overthink things, and we think that we have to be this macho man, and we have to, you know, we can't show any fear, we can't show any emotion or nothing like that. It's not about being like that. It's about being able to control your emotions, being able to control yourself and not get super violent when it's unnecessary. Especially if you already are a violent person. You're somebody that already boxes or does MMA. You're already somebody, you want to be able to control that shit, because you could really hurt somebody. And you could hurt the wrong person. You know what I mean? So it's good to learn these things so that you can control your own emotions. And that's the biggest thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all watching. Peace.